Can't get him off that thing. Up all night he is.
Stamina. Don't underestimate it.
Dedication! Ready, let's go! That's just what we need!
Exactly like what it says on the tin. There's the first one. Nice flick upwards and HS doing all the damage. What was that? Who's he going to take the shot on initially? Thomas, Max, all three, Schneider. Perfect, beautiful play.
Oh, here we go, Israel. I already know what's going to happen. W7M, why are you guys just getting so annihilated? Oh my god. Mirren running out of bullets, but he's still gonna go for it. Oh my lord.
Zero up on the board. They, of course, start things off strong. They're used to starting these matches are very precisely, very strong, of course. And then Epsilon, obviously 1-0 up. You've got Davidovak and co. Not getting on the board just yet. But an easy hold for the 2-0. So Epsilon getting on the board quite nicely. Right out of the gates, they've got the two AK-47s in their hands. The two MAC-10s, 3 AKs, LDLC going with a little bit of a scrappy buy. You've got the you've got the UMP there, sorry, and then the scout on that CT side. Those scouts are really powerful. You can put bullets into your enemies, 70 HP a time, and that'll allow your teammates to work the magic around that. Surreal, instead finding the headshot, XMS trying to get aggressive into Palace. Not gonna happen. And, of course, we're very used to seeing Epsilon over the last couple of weeks being, well, one of the stronger teams in the European scene, performing well internationally, all over the board, mostly in Europe, of course, where they reside, where they play their ESEA Mountain Dew League games and their other matches as well. Starting on that T side of Mirage can sometimes be a little bit tricky, but in a best of one, you have to be able to deal with whatever gets thrown at you. AKs close in and collapse on this defense. Mathen can't really connect either, and that's the USPS just being chased away. Sixer doesn't have enough health left to be able to deal with this one. Shumble King says the world or the earth is flat. That's what he says. I want to know his proof. Did he just find that out? Does he have? Is this a guy who has the evidence? Because if he is, he needs to post his findings in chat. I'm very interested as to see what's going on. By the way, guys, thank you for 10,000 followers. 10,000 hit yesterday on EFLGG's Twitch account. 10,000 followers on Twitch alone. That is pretty outstanding. And I'm sure that we'll hit that million views soon. Invite your friends. 3-0. And Epsilon about to close into this B-bomb site. First gun round, and LDLC has to hold up the line. The M4s in Molotov combination might be able to do so. Mathend instantly finds one, but it's actually the nades trading fire. The rotate's happened already. Let's see if the AKs can rip through. There's an opening headshot. Brocky drops it. And it's, well, all successes from this T side as they make their entrance onto B. LDLC just can't defend and now have to run away with these rifles. They've not got anything left. Shumble King saw on the edge of Antarctica. I need the video. I need the videos showing the big drop-off. 3 ACs, 3 AK-47s, and a 4th round on the board for Epsilon. A good start to the T side. And in these best of ones, you need every single round that you can get your hands on, especially opening up. It means you've got such a huge advantage going into the second half. If you go into the second half of a best of 1, 12-3 up, there's an 85% chance you're winning that game. If you just hold your breath, don't throw it away, concentrate for a couple of rounds, you'll more than likely take it. 4-0 Epsilon on that winning spree, winning streak right now. And the LDLC side need to get some rounds on the board. It's 6-0 with the AUG. And the flash is over the top. Molotov drops. And there are the nades also. Epsilon are doing a really good job at taking early map control there. Moving on to mid. Look at them just down to the wall to the bottom of mid already. LDLC just can't contend or contest these positions. There's the nades on through. And it's not going to do too much damage. Spellen's, of course, down to 86. But I don't need to worry about anybody else. 4-0 on the board in Epsilon. To push things through. There's the headshot. Of course, against the majority of pistols, it should be a tearing attack for Epsilon. It is. They drop the AK. So nothing remaining, but the CZ75 jumps out and levels this back to a 2v2. They need the Molotov to force him out. Surreal does exactly that. And it's only nothing remaining. There's the headshot. Needs the follow-up. Oh, there it is. Both and on the board for LDLC. 1-4. And they get fired up here in the 5th. Seven kills on the board for Surreal. 4 kills for a bunch of players. 4 players and 4 frags. I think the numbers are talking to us. Nice opening shot from Sixer. He does drop the competition. Rocky drops. We've been talking about some of these European teams on a more international scale recently, and in the context of the major, IM Katowice, and other major tournaments coming up, which include, the likes of which a lot of these teams, you'd be interested to see how they fare against each other. Epsilon and LDLC are one of those combinations who always play in this online CSGO market. Whereas teams like Astralis, top-tier teams, don't play in it as much outside of EPL and ECS. They do thrive. It's next best to find another. Turns just in time to shoot up the second man. However, the AWPs and AKs rain in, and now they might have a chance. If they can nail a second headshot, Surreal's got it lined up and spots out the second man. Sixer has to fall back, has to recede. It's Surreal quite confidently taking these angles despite a lack of health. However, with 30 seconds left in Smoke's place, Devitvek is making his way up behind. There's the headshot, pretty much ends the round. Surreal can't do anything anymore without the support of that AWP. And yeah, he stood out in the open as well against a triangulation of defense. That should probably spray through these boxes. Doesn't want to expose his head. That's when you even up the engagement and give Surreal a chance. However, there's an opening headshot. That's not what you want to happen. Sixer drops, but 4 seconds left. Surreal's out of time, my friend. It's back to the A bomb site for him and a second round for LDLC. Is Logan Paul, aka Jake Paul? No, they're different people, man. They're different people. How'd you not know this? Look, I'm going to teach you the worlds of Jake and Logan Paul. I'm not. I don't really watch much of that content, to be honest. Pretty successful guys, though. A quick tactical timeout. I think probably from Epsilon. They're at the bottom of their stack of cash right now after going for that eco back in the 6th and now having money to buy in this 7th. RDLC now with obviously a buy of their own. The double AWP setup on CT side. Does XMS not have anything? What is that? Just a deagle? I am very confused about why you go for a buy like this and give away a second AWP when you're actually neglecting rifles. I don't prefer that. CSGO give everybody a chunk of change. Slightly confusing stuff for an LDLC side who have only just got rounds on the board. Epsilon now look to strike back in the 7th. They've taken mid once again. Short controlled by 2. And oh, there's the angle. Nicely placed up, but Keto, he can transfer the spray down onto the second man. However, 2 players on the LDLC B site. And it's an easy double. Short cleared. LDLC's defense is actually looking pretty strong here. I know their aim definitely isn't. They're able to just cling on anyway in this one, despite a bunch of very missed plays from LDLC. They are actually able to take this third here, if they can survive this 2 versus 5, of course. But yeah, Devitavek missed a spray down, Twanu missed shots. This wasn't a spectacular performance in a round, however, sometimes it's just enough to get you over the line. I think they'll hear this bomb from Brocky, and yeah, they're try around. There's a spray down, most important. Means the B site is firmly under CT control. Steve shut Surreal out. The headshots from Hell, and the 3rd round for LDLC. Cool, folks. 500 of you here to watch this match. That's pretty good considering there is a lot on the television right now. There's a lot going on. Lots and lots of matches. This is one of them. Of course, the round of 16 here for the DreamHack Open Masters. Or the DreamHack Masters. This is the open qualifier for it. Remember, $250,000 on the line for whoever can take that championship. That's a massive split, a massive amount of money to split. And both of these teams are looking to get on that tier 1 level, of course. Even if as a team they're not going to win one of these massive championships, these are great opportunities for all of these players to pop out, to jump out, to get their names on the radar, to get picked up by one of the teams who certainly will. Eagle shots like that won't hurt Brocky's chances, will hurt LDLC's faces. It's Keto remaining and he gets mowed down as well. So LDLC equalise 4-4 and they might make this best of 1 contentious. They might make it close. Let's see what Epsilon still have in their back pocket though. They're only halfway through their T side and I think they've got a little more in store. This is going to be one of their only set executes they've went for so far. A full nade buy. They've got 5 AKs and a pretty sturdy buy, all things considered. LDLC are going to have to hold this one up. It's no double ups anymore, just a single. Twanu's got that one. And it is going to be all action, all aboard the A-bomb site. Only Twanu's over here and he's hearing stuff. There's jumping. There are the nades as well. The rotate's already happening. And Twanu instantly gets caught out. So a trade there, evenly placed. But LDLC still have more bodies on this site. There's another man. And Mathen's not even exposed and revealed his position. Messi sprayed out. And it means, oh, the follow-up headshot. He recovers. Spellin doesn't. He drops. And only crucial beside Ramp. 1 versus 4. And I don't think this is possible. He's in a very exposed position. Has to maybe even save the AWP, but he's being chased away. LDLC clean them up. 5-4 here as the French take a 5-round streak. This means international since there are players from different countries? Certainly, man. So, obviously, LDLC are a majority French team. You could pretty much call them a French team. And Epsilon, a mix from all over Europe. That's why I've given them the European flag today. I don't even think 2 players origin from the same country. Mid taken, 3 from Epsilon. 1 minute 30 on the clock. And it's a 5 AK setup. All rifles and all speed, all action from Epsilon. They've got to find some opening kills though. They've been struggling. LDLC have been shutting them down on the entries, and it's mostly been with this AWP. Tuano's been picking and peeking in. He swung in for a couple of these faster frags, and especially by the B-bomb site, where the angles and choke points are a little tighter, LDLC have been really cutting down these attacks. However, Epsilon, they need to change their approach. I'd like to see them turtle down, stay together, stick in a unit, and try and find some entries. They're playing very individualistic Counter-Strike right now, and LDLC is probably going to be able to punish that. Just like this, Spellin gets caught through that smoke. Six is obviously watching it, and now all pressure on the B-bomb site. Devek has to hold up the line. He's the sole defender, and he's being sprayed away, but stays alive. Twan chips in, almost his follow-up headshot. Brocky finally falls, and that's LDLC again. They're just so fast with those retakes and rotates. They're straight on the bomb site before Epsilon have even tapped the digits into that C4. There are 4 players onto B, and there's nothing Epsilon can do about that one. They've got to plant that bomb, and they've got to get it down early. I need to see some speed out of Epsilon here, and maybe getting aggressive on those choke points, aggressive on those smokes, to stop LDLC from going for such quick rotates. It's the headshot from Athens to open up in this 11th. Eagles on 3. And Epsilon only have the buy from Rocky. Molotov's place, smokes as well, but LDLC have 2 players here. This is still going to be a difficult breach. Flashes right over the top, but I don't think they're going to hit this pop. It's Spellin up first, and he needs the headshots. And oh, there it is! Almost 2 for 1 as XMS drops. Sixer should be counting his lucky stars. How's he still alive? That shot could have very easily went straight through, but the flank in place, nobody over by Palace, means Mathen can punish. And he's straight in behind. He found that frag earlier, so Epsilon do know that they're here. This is probably why they haven't made the switch onto the A-bomb site yet. And they're utilising the position of Brocky. This AK-47 can be a good wrench to screw this one open. However, Mathen is going to cause problems towards the back of Palace, and now LDLC knowing that the aggro is aggressively poised. I don't think Epsilon have very many places to hide. They need to get this bomb down, and there's nobody on short, so I'd suggest planting for there. However, they don't have the same information I do, so I don't know if they're going to necessarily see this. They are planting for Palace, and there's the headshot, important. That cuts away CT spawn. Now LDLC have to rely on this flank, but they know that it's coming into place, Epsilon. He finds the bomb planter, but not before that C4's actually planted. A fast flash, but Brocky finds it. 2 for 1 now, as Tuanu needs both. Switches out to the M4, but can't hit the double spray down. It's Epsilon. Goes for the double peak. All picked up, and a 6-5 scoreline. What a shot. I love that angle because it's so effective. You find those shots, it's high risk, high reward. You can get nade stacks, you can get your face pounded by an opposing player. However, it didn't happen just there. Great stuff. 6-5, 4 AKs, and the AWP on Epsilon. Let's see if this AWP battle comes to fruition. I know that Crucial's already found a kill on the primary AWP on the LDLC side. That's Tuano. He tried to go for that cross to connector to cover top and mid aggressively, and he couldn't find the jump. That's the risk for trying to go for that angle. You can't go through jungle because it just takes too long to get to connector. You'll get spotted by the AWP towards the top and mid. They're expecting that peak. So you have to go for the aggressive peek, and now, oh, Sixer might need to move right into this aggressive orb. It's crucial to miss the second shot. That is important. And now the headshots need to be nailed. It's Epsilon. 2 versus 3 here. LDLC already with the peaks, already with the rotates, and it's only Sixer here. He was spotted earlier and tagged. So Epsilon should know where he is and be able to get this bomb down in cover. They plant away from CT spawn. And Sixer, he's all out of action. He's all out of everything, out of luck. Needs to rotate away. And this is going to be 6-6. So Epsilon, despite a couple of earlier fumbles, they do find themselves in an equal position. But the most important question is, what is going on in the Twitch chat? Let's find out. What does LDLC... you know, because I want to express how widespread this Epsilon team is. They're a fully European team, one of the few teams that can really claim to that. Oh, Spellen's actually got the information here. He's going to take this aggressive peek on the angle, running out of time. There's the AWP. That's very important. Look at the money. LDLC are crushed here. So not having that extra 5 grand into this 13th round is a really big deal. They should have had that. And it all comes down to the fact, I'm sorry to say, Sixer shouldn't have been as aggressively poised. He was swinging out in apps. There's only one reason why he got spotted, got found. There's no way that Spellon would have been as aggressive on that angle if he didn't know that Sixer was playing in there. So sometimes you better shut up, hide in the corner, because that is your best bet. Crucial watching down with the AWP. This is one of my favourite angles, in fact, because you can catch the jumping player towards apps, but apparently not one of Brocky's favourites. He gets his face nailed in and caved by Devadvek. So yeah, those little flags are for their the team country of origin. So Epsilon spread all over Europe. Now need to be spread all over this map against the Pistols. Tolnu first to drop. Sixer's coming in from behind, and actually Crucial loses the AWP. Now with the AK-47, Spellon has to even expose the bomb in the hope that that AWP doesn't get found. That's one fat way that you can lose the round. Mathend is coming in behind. Let's see how much work he can get done with the Deagle, though. Spellon's almost waiting and watching for it. You saw his crosshair train towards ramp here. Oh, and hit away in the corner. Spellon knows. Great game sense there to maybe predict that Mathend was going to be playing in that corner. AK-47, the potential to save here. But LDLC are going to have enough money working into the next round, so they don't have to be too worried. They can save this one. And he's already being chased down. There's a spray, so Spellon doesn't survive in the end. However, 2 players from each team likely will. XMS. I don't know if he's trying to bait somebody back onto that bomb or just retrieve a weapon. He goes down towards CT spawn and gets eliminated. So 6-7. A lot of death in round number 13. Seven to 6, Epsilon lead, our featured team for today. We've got Crucial and 4 lots of AKs, pretty much holding down the line. I like this from the Europeans. You've got 7 rounds on the board. It's a good map for you, and it's all really reliant on their CT side here. A couple of extra cherries on top towards the end of this half, perhaps. However, I'd be expecting maybe them to trade rounds. I don't think this is going to be like an overwhelmingly dominant first half. It doesn't have the potential to be. The furthest afield it can go right now is 9-6, where Epsilon can easily lose it. LDLC can easily come back. I do like the LDLC CT side. They do have a couple of plans in the mix. I think that flashbang might actually do them quite a bit of damage in this configuration. They might just trade evenly, and with Epsilon finding all the shots, LDLC just fall apart, and it's off the back of a couple of nicely placed flashbangs. Epsilon knew that the French defense was going to be getting aggressive. Clemenceau said that attack is the best defense, and Epsilon know it at least. And that is LDLC's defense ripped to shreds once again. The ramp push not paying off, and Epsilon, they find themselves 8-6 up. Nice scoreline as we go into halftime. Either 8-7 as close as it gets, or 9-6, a nice start for Epsilon. Look at their previous games. It is their CT side, which sometimes doesn't hold up. Sometimes it's their T side. It's a bit of a mixed bunch. However, in this series, I think anybody has either chance, either opportunity. I hope that we get the quarterfinals today, and maybe even the semis. But I've got a feeling, I've got an inkling that the quarterfinals will be in best of 3. Because it only makes sense with the timings that DreamHack have scheduled today. Otherwise, there's going to be a really long break in between the games. However, that schedule hasn't been released yet. We'll keep you up to date as the day develops. However, for the time being, it is the 4 AKs on Epsilon's side to buff up their half. There's a Molotov, which forces Davidovec out of position. He gets tagged, UMP up close. And, oh, those flashes are going to work wonders. Epsilon just have all the information. I don't know if Davidovec gave away anything there. However, UMP from behind just chipping in slightly. And Epsilon, they seem to be firing on all cylinders. It doesn't seem to be a tactical aptitude difference, which is really running this. It's just shots like this. What a 3-piece from Spellin. All angles covered at the end of the half. Great stuff from them.
Can't get him off that thing. Up all night he is.
Stamina. Don't underestimate it.
Dedication! Ready, let's go! That's just what we need!
Just a quick couple of moments warm up before we go into the second half here. This is not live, so don't you worry about it. Of course, halftime break is often important for teams to have a little bit of detox, a little bit of a chill. You can get your head back together, but that's normally if it's like a very strongly one-sided half. If you're 13-2 down, then you can really benefit off of having a good halftime break. You have a couple of words with your teammates, you settle the score, and then you go to work on the second half. That's usually what a team elects to do. Here, 9-6, I don't think any team is going to be feeling necessarily pressured. This is a very standard scoreline before we get into this second half here. Epsilon going to be holding on CT here. LDLC is T. I don't like it when they reset the scores because it means that we can't see how many frags they got. Remember, I'm going for 1 million views today. Let's hope. I'm going to cross my fingers. Everybody else at home, I hope you're crossing your fingers because we're looking for 1 million views here today on EFGG. Invite your friends, invite your mum, invite your pets, your cat and dog, because we want to get up to that. Mel, it's Keto. Oh, what a shutdown from Epsilon. Look at those shots. Fast, precise play with all the pistols. And Epsilon just get it rolling into this second half. That momentum that they had built up earlier, it all seems very niche and like it doesn't really matter until something like that happens. A big performance there with the headshots. And yeah, it was just headshots here. LDLC's economy is in tatters. They just don't have anything left. And remember, this is single elimination, or one chance and you're out. Open qualifier for DreamHack Masters. This is the open qualifier. One strike and you're out. This isn't boxing. Or this isn't cricket. I should get my analogies correct if I'm going to go for them, but you know. who's judging. The 11-6 here. Great conversion from Epsilon as well. Only losing one player. That's an SMG dropped. Or maybe it was a rifle. I feel like there was a rifle in window that Keto had held and they were trying to get to it there. So maybe a little late. So they only dropped one gun. That's important because now LDLC still don't have money. And the Epsilon side can really start to abuse this. They're likely going to have doubled the scoreline of the French attack here, and it looks like LDLC are going for a split approach. Players towards mid, and then over on A for the final frontier. I think that's another French term. I'm trying to get as many of them in as possible. Smokes over the top. 1:30 left. And the nades, about to tag. LDLC take a lot of damage there. And Sixer, what can you do from behind? He has to be the difference maker here. Drops an M4, however, there are smokes placed. Visuals cut off. He can't do anything and really run effective support. There's a 1-deke, though. And XMS, almost with an opportunity to get them back in this game. It's Sixer. Salvaged M4 and a bit of space and time. A minute left. Let's see if he can find the MP9, which is up close and personal. Playing right into his hands. Brocky is actually watching for Murder Hole. He's actually going for this flank here. There are the taps. AK can be retrieved from A. He's not going to pick it up. He's going to go for the M4 towards CT spawn and then keep the AUG on Spellin. So sometimes a lot of teams think that these AUGs are better than the AKs, folks. I don't know how I feel about it. However, Epsilon obviously do. They've got the priorities set. You obviously know what you're going to go for when you go into a professional match, is what your comfortabilities lie as. And, crucial. Trying to get aggro early on and going for those more aggressive peaks. There's the follow-up flick. Good damage. And now, where's LDLC's response? This is the gun round, the one that they've saved for. So Orps over on mid shouldn't be shutting down your whole round. There was no response there. LDLC didn't have the follow-up peak. I think that they've gone to sleep here in the second half. This is disappointing, to say the least. They find themselves down in a 3 versus 5. Epsilon have the double AWP setup. This is a perfect setup to be utilizing against this triple attack. You've even got Surreal aggressive. He's got a perfect angle placed. I don't think LDLC is going to be able to burrow him out here. However, he zooms in. Not necessary. Devin's Vet catches him from up top. And now Epsilon know that the rotate needs to come through. Crucial. Let's see if he can hit some more shots. There's his third of the round. And a flick misses for number 4. However, the AUG is in place to finish off the last 2. Sweeping LDLC away into a 13-6 melt.
Welcome to CSGO Fight Night!
Exactly like what it says on the tin. There's the first one. Nice flick upwards and HS doing all the damage. What was that? Who's he going to take the shot on initially? Thomas, Baymax, all 3, Schneider. Perfect, beautiful play.
Oh, here we go, Mistress. I already know what's going to happen. W7M, why are you guys just getting so annihilated? Oh my god. Mirror running out of bullets, but he's still going to go for it. Oh my lord.
Hello and welcome everybody to EFLGG. My name is Squid CS and I've got a really good game for you coming up between Justice and DINQ. Great show. This gun's going to be, I think, pretty phenomenal. We're going to get into this one in the next 5 to 10 minutes as all these players rejoin the server and get started. Of course, we sometimes have a couple of opening qualms, but let's hope not today. We're going to get into this right after this. Welcome back, everybody, into the ninth round of this first and only best of one of the day. I think that this has the potential to be an exciting one, back with Counter-Strike, of course, and looks like DINQ is probably going to very easily win this knife, but whether they can carry it through until a win, that'll be soon to be seen, because they've had some slightly disappointing results so far in the MDL. They've not really been cracking the whip too hard on their opponents. So we'll be getting into this one in the next couple of moments. It's, of course, about to begin. DINQ choosing that CT side, so wanting to start the defensive half first. And lots of... well, they've had a lot of time to warm up here. 10 past 12 here from our London studios. And let's get into this matchup. Opening pistol round here. It's the double kit. Or double sets of Kevlar, 4 lots of Kevlar, and the 1 defuse kit on the CT side. For Justice, nobody upgrading their pistols, instead going for just this one guy, the support player, Brace, playing with those smokes. Flashes straight on towards A. This is a pretty standard execute. Let's see if DINQ can deal with it. Oh, what a horrible smoke as well. That's the block-off connector, but for a mid... plant. Doesn't look like DINQ are going to be able to stop this one. They're pincered well away from this A bomb site, and Justice just strolling on. Easy work and making the magic happen. Block trying to pile through. DINQ obviously finding those opening couple of frags, but it's Sam with the triple kill. All 3 headshots. That shuts down one of the pincers, and it's only the CT spawn attack remaining. They have got a kit on their back, but this is just not working out for them. Sting instantly getting popped. An ace from Sam there. What a way to start. Over from Jungle, just controlling all those rotates. And doing a phenomenal job there. Great work from him on the offset. 1-0 on the board. They've got the double AK-47 setup. Let's see what the rest of Justice go for. It's going to be these Galils. It will be. Brace not going for any real investment here. If Sam can get an absolutely full buy with that extra 1,500 kill bonus awarded for $300 per kill on that Glock. 1-0 on the board, and they're just walking straight into these bomb sites. This time it's towards B. They send the MAC-10 towards A, just to chop up players, find those easy finishing frags, and it's pretty much Sam to start to finish this stuff off. There's the mow down there, 4 kills granted from that MAC-10. Great work there. Ruffle KO. Nicely picking in. And remember, that's all the kill bonus you could ever really want. Brace didn't go for any investment in that second round, so gets out the AK-47 early. Falcon picks up the MAC-10. He'll probably be the first man into one of these bomb sites. He'll be the aggressive scout. But playing kind of back and passive over through apps, needs to now go for that rotation in. He's going to take a lot of the firefights early, but even finds a frag for it. M4A1S down below, able to pick in with a double, but Crims, he's got a lot of work on his hands. Easy moving in from the top, lots of damage, but it is going to be obviously 2-0 now the retake. Falcon just slaloming through that smoke. Great positioning. Doesn't know that the second man's there, but seems to have read it. That's the closer for Falcon. Great pickups there, 3-0. Justice off to a lightning fast start, and this might be another dominating win. If DINQ can't get on the board early, of course, they haven't had wins so far in the MDL. They're right at the bottom of that scoreboard, 0-8 in the best of ones. So I don't even think that they can get through to the playoffs, even if they win the remainder of the matches. If they win all 8, then perhaps. For them, the goal is to save themselves from relegation. They don't want to be in that, I think, bottom 4. Which is the danger zone, especially that bottom 1 or 2 places. It can instantly demote you to the lower leagues. Again, Justice has actually 4 times in a row now walked into the easier bomb site with no defense here. From DINQ. This time it's with pistols, so obviously they wanted to go for somewhat of a stack. Constantine stuck away in the corner. Falcon's shaky shots, but does connect. PZ with 1 also. There's a spray down, and it will be the MAC-10 to clean up. Another fast kill. Nobody dying just yet on Justice. DINQ aren't even finding like damaging blows in these rounds. They're not making it close by any means. And with Stingrays towards underpass, he'll get chopped. And it's only Danny remaining. Again, the MAC-10 going to work. It's found 2 of these 4 found frags. Danny will be, well, allowed to save the MAC-10 if he wants to go for it. Doesn't look like that's the case. 4-0. Wow, we could have a very, very quick game on the cards if DINQ have a disappointing performance. Sometimes they really show up. They have had performances where they've hit the 10, 11 plus round mark. Of course, going to overtime against Paradox. Everything else has been very one-sided, very close. It's been 16-4s, 16-5, 16-7s, and 16-8s all across the board. And I know they can perform. They've got some decent strats on their T side, but they have to get there first. I would say that they need maybe 6 or 7 on CT to elect it, but considering that they are struggling to find 6 or 7 in some of these maps that they're playing, a team like Justice might be able to just rip them up. This has been, yeah, very one-sided start, and again, without any real damage done, the bomb gets planted, only Falcon dropping. And this isn't enough initial preliminary damage from DINQ. They're getting flashed up, kept out of these bomb sites, and now a difficult, tricky retakes on the cards. And there's a little double execute there from Justice to shut down CT Spawn. The frags are found. They don't seem to know where Sam is. Where's communication here? He swings out and actually gifts away that frag. It's going to be an easy defuse. DINQ one on the board. They want to go for this double AWP setup there, throwing one down towards Stingray's position. It's actually a last couple of seconds retake there. So cutting it close, double AWP setup picked, and DINQ now an opportunity to get back on the board. As I said, 6 or 7 is what they need. You have Justice as the last game in a £250 parlay. You know what? I think that you might be almost guaranteed that win right now. DINQ haven't found a single victory on the board so far in this league, and it isn't looking too promising so far. Let's see if these AWPs can go to work though. Sam holding down towards lower mid. M4 to try and guard, but Stingrays drops. That puts pressure on the AWPer. Constantine needs to get back to cover. Sees the smokes riling through, and it's the Molotov and the flashbang. There's nobody towards underpass, so he's not going to get any intel like this. Only the info that they're not towards under and dark. And lower middle, of course. Bomb salvage, Justice. They've got 4 rounds, potential 5th here with a man up. I really like this split from Justice. They've got a snap pincer on this B bomb site. The AWP fails to connect off the offset. AWP does though, and Reefs, oh, secondary headshot, steals one away. Now a 2v2. This is an opportunity, especially with Danny swinging onto this. Bomb site gets headshot. That's Justice really nicely securing it. Crims, he's not got the perfect weapon for the job, but he might be the man for the job. Moves in and gets spotted. Falcon, lots of damage. Final frag, 5-1. And DINQ, are they going to go for an eco or a force buy here? No, it's the force. They're obviously feeling a lot of heavy pressure early in this map. They want to get back on the board. They won't have a buy next round if they lose this one. Have the loss bonuses starting to amount. They'll have $3,400 each if they were to lose this 7th. Remember, CS, it's sometimes all about this money. Crims is playing towards lower mid, but Justice have spotted it. They are watching down here. Smoke towards short. This will cut off the visual, but peeking right above. DINQ do have a nice setup for this. Crims drops off, and that smoke, he actually body blocks it. Now stuck on stairs. Sam easily finds him. Could just leap and bang through and put pressure on towards A. Palace in ramp contested. Flashes down, and Justice want to abort and abandon. Sam, another frag. He's been finding openings all across the board. Now the B bomb site contested. A very messy spray down. Reefs does finally drop. And that will be Justice's first contested bomb site round. But Sam is here to clean up. Misses the shots onto Stingrays. Knows that Constantine is playing close. Sting tries to blast away. Smoke down upper. That allows him to check these angles a lot more thoroughly. It means that he's less likely to get caught out by Constantine, who's lurking in these corners. Headshot hit anyway. That's an AK-47 on the ground. A pair of AKs, in fact, as Stingrays has a follow-up angle. Great headshot. They're keeping these rifles alive quite nicely. Justice, remember they've got the money to go for these exit frags. So at the end of the round, PC might have this angle cordoned off, but Stingrays, he's not going to peek it. 2 rifles saved. A good exit for DINQ. And not enough damage done. 1.2 odds for Justice. So you get 20% extra back. Okay, that makes sense. If you were getting a 1.2 on top of your money, then that would have been crazy. But yeah, I would say that this is probably even more than an 80-20 game. I'd say right now we're looking at like a 90, 10, 85, 15. Down towards under. Not really equipped for the job. He gets blasted by the AK-47. Falcon comes in with a nice opening pick. A great headshot. Flashes over the boards. Molotov dropped. DINQ again just held at bay. They've even got Falcon on the flank, who's going to easily pick inwards. DINQ just have a very, very porous defense. This is like a damp cloth. Be nice, 6-bear. I like your name, I like your game. Yeah, this is a very weak performance. You're absolutely right, Trance. They are getting pretty pummeled right now. It's going to be 7-1, and of course, they will have money going into round number 9, but only finding 1 frag or 1 round on the board so far. It's been a disappointing performance. This is not going to be an 11-4, 12-3 half. I think it might even be more dominating than that. I'd be surprised if DINQ got up to 4 at this point. They've shown me very, very little in the way of a defense. And this is something that Justice can abuse again and again. Walking into the B stack could be dangerous here, but I don't know if DINQ have the firepower to hold this off. They've obviously got the guns, but have they got the men behind the guns to rattle this one away? The flashes connect nicely. Danny drops, puts a lot of pressure onto Revs, who then also falls. The B bomb site completely penetrable here. Justice, they've been breaching this very nicely time after time, and again it's going to be 8-1. DINQ saving, and Justice, they're halfway there before DINQ have really got onto the volley board. So another good round for Justice, staying very convincing on the board. This T side can sometimes be the easier side. I think that Justice is definitely finding that right now, where DINQ are just struggling to get anything on the board. 1 minute 45 on the clock in this 10th, and a lot of time to go for this A execute. They're already very well set up for it. They've, of course, got Sam towards mid, who's just holding parallel. This has been a very, very easy attack so far all over the board. And slightly disappointing as well. I was expecting to see something a little bit better from this CT side. I know that DINQ have had shaky, difficult results, but I wasn't expecting to see it. Just a total blowout. The AWPs connecting, Constantine and Crims. Nice opening frags. They might even hold on to this A-bomb site, and a follow-up frag by Stingrays might just close it. Danny helps. 2-8. DINQ playing as a team for the first time. And that's exactly what you want to be throwing through. We've seen good performances this tournament from Justice. And in a game like this is one that they just have to close out quickly, get their confidence up for their following games. Of course, there won't be any more matches today. This is the only best of one on the board. Constantine again connects with that AWP. Remember, if those AWP step up, that can definitely be a difference maker in this game. And especially with both AWPs firing on all cylinders, that's exactly what DINQ are wanting in this situation. A follow-up frag coming in. That's Justice finally getting onto the board. Oh, and Ruffle opens up again. 3v3. That's Equalizer. Exactly what they were gunning for there. CT's with an opportunity is spotting, well, multiple players out, and IPZ, a tricky 1v3. He's going towards the A bomb site, but this is where everybody from DINQ is holding. I don't think he's going to be expecting so many reinforcements. All that flash, he's stuck away in the corner, gets finished by Revs. A third for DINQ on the board, and maybe I was wrong. Remember I did tell Trance earlier that I don't even think that they will get to 11-4. Now that's a real possibility and opportunity. I said that they need 6 or 7. I'd say that they need to close out this half if they want to find a good result on the board here today. Great opening shot. It's the AWP once again connecting. This has happened multiple times now, and it's starting to become very, very tricky. Crims is forced back, and mid taking control of with that fast headshot. Speedy stuff. However, the AWP connects once again. Crims in with a body shot, then a headshot. He's closing this down single-handedly. And if they can manage this off the back of the AWPs, then props to them, but they have had a tricky time so far in this series. Bomb dropped. Crims might even need an ace here. He's got a bit of support from Stingrays. With the smoke down, they're covering the flank. And there's not a very good position for Crims to play, because if he leaves his back exposed, I know he's got Crims for defense, but you never want to leave your back turned to a potential enemy threat. They are watching towards CT spawn now and covering short. Sam could get caught off by this. Great headshot, 4th in the round for Crims. And there's the finish up. Stingrays very confidently putting the accurate shots in place. It's 4-8. DINQ starting to make a bit of a claim on this opening half. Four lots of AKs. There's the Mac 10 on Sam. He's got 13 frags so far, but couldn't really afford anything else. Falcon could have maybe went lighter on the nades. Ruffle could have went lighter on the nades as well and dropped him a rifle. However, they apparently just want this Mac 10 inbound. It gives him run and gun potential. It gives him speed straight towards the top of connector. And again, it's that AWP. Nasty stuff. Constantine in towards mid. Won't find a threat. Stingrays, again, another headshot. Danny picking in. It's the all connecting. Now the AK-47's trying to blast through on B, but what a dirty cross from refs. I think he thought that the Molotov had done the job, and now they have to rely on the AWPs once again. PZ does get tagged down by the molly slightly. However, a PZ 1v3. Let's see if he'll make it easy, PZ. We'll have to watch out and see. He's planting that bomb. Nobody going for the adjustment. Nobody actually in kitchen just now. I think they thought it was towards A. And with this nice angle posted, DINQ probably aren't going to check it. Messy, shaky shots, but the AWP then to connect. 2 in the round again from Crims. Five, 8. DINQ actually making this comeback happen now. This has gone from just taking a couple of cute rounds, oh very nice, it's not going to be a blowout, to now they actually have a claim on this first half. If they can keep this going on T-side, we have seen shaky T-sides from them, especially on Mirage, I have to say. But a 4-man stack on towards A, and Justice, they're not getting the reads that they found earlier. They'd be going towards B right now if they had, well, really had the information on towards this one. Falcon last alive. He's over towards mid. That passive flank. Nades through. Org held. And there's the AWP to pick in. Again, another finisher, 6-8. And this could be, well, they've already hit the 6 that I said that they really needed. That was the benchmark minimum. However, now they're gunning for 7. Getting aggressive for it as well. They're activating over this map. And Justice really struggling to contain the CT aggression. Sam might be finding one, but DINQ is starting to hit the headshots and actually managing to make the magic happen. 3v4. No, 6. I'm actually not confident about their T-side either. I think that this could then be a blowout as Justice get to CT. 8 rounds already more than enough. Kitty Panda? That's not very good sporting spirit. It's just not true. One of the easiest jumps to make in the game. Fumbling a couple of times. Danny, aggressive again. Almost a triple spray down. Now PZ gets finished off at 7-8 at the end of the half. A great finish from DINQ. They capitalised. And going into the second pistol round, now they've got an opportunity at this match. Welcome back, everybody, and you're absolutely right. DINQ. He said, he gave the quote, this will be 11-4 at best, and I actually bested that comment as well. I said that I didn't even think they were going to get to 11-4. Now this game's starting to get scary. I actually said that this wouldn't be an 11-4 at all. I said that this was probably looking more like a 13-2, 14-1. Stingray straight down underpass, and Justice already getting pounded by the pistols. It's Falcon, aggressive pick, dropping. DINQ doesn't have a decent T side, considering they went 9-6 against Paradox. You know, that's actually really interesting. They do have occasional spurts of greatness, but most of these games that they've played have actually been like 16-6, 16-5 losses. So already taking more rounds than they used to. Justice moving through. It's Stingrays holding off Murder Hole, and that's exactly why it's named that way. Stingray's great headshot. It's Danny to try and hold the corner, catches him on the cross, bombs even planted for him. DINQ are going to close this up 8-8. Ruffle, what can he even do? He has got the smoke down on this C4, and there is the opening pickup, trying to get the cheeky defuse, but it's not going to happen. Danny finishes 8-8. And you know what, Kitty? Might make your day, but there are a couple of people in here who are desperately reliant on a Justice win. Of course, they got the 1.2 odds. That means, what are DINQ's odds? Like 4 times? 5 times? I'd say probably like 4.2 or something. Or 4.5. But this has been a bit of a slaughter over the last couple of rounds. Shaky stuff. Another shot from Revs. And there's Mac 10s and UMPs going to good work. 3 kills found on the pair of SMGs. Yo, Squid, I really enjoy your casting. Thanks very much, Kitty. I just have a question. Ask your questions. You seem to be doing a lot of castings. Is this your full-time job? Yeah, this is my full-time job. I've been doing commentary and all of the esports thingy-majiggy for 2.5 years now. And a lot of that with the FLGG as well. So if you want to get involved in the business, and if you want to get involved, if you're a streamer, caster, writer, if you want to start your career in esports, then get into our Discord, get messaging me, because there are the spots open. 1 minute 30 on the board. Justice already dropping a man, but Sam's there to catch another on the cross. They need to go for a pretty passive plant. AK picked up, and they're trying to battle Sam back. Where's the smoke? Planting within this bomb site, and Ruffle's not actually going to spot anything. He'll probably transfer the spray over a very closely contested 3v3. Flashes over the side. Justice about to make their way inside. They've got 2 players from CT spawn, and Sam is lurking away. Falcon jumps up, opening frag. Doable from Justice. They've only got the pivot from Ramp remaining. And with that smoke down as well, they're going to have to go for an aggressive peek here to stop this from happening. There's the first, but the defuse is happening. They're getting away from it. Another tap! DINQ, they didn't go for the play, but Ruffle's able to clean them up. 9-9, Justice back on the board. CT site has just got started. So yeah, I actually cast like a good few hours a day, like 5 to 7 days a week, I'd say, with the ESEA, MDL, and a couple of other massive tournaments we do. There's the Orc picking in. Double smokes obviously favours both teams. They wanted it, but Justice not holding. And Danny there to capitalise. That smoke push could have been very deadly and dangerous, but DINQ, they're finding the headshots all over this map. What's happened? They've definitely stepped up. And this could result in their first win in the MDL. If they can keep this momentum, this pace awake. By the way, that's our Discord link. Make sure to get involved in the EFLGG community. Actually spotting that up there. Justice trying to get aggressive, find those picks. They know that the DINQ economy after a couple of close rounds is going to be low, so letting as few of these rifles as possible get saved is imperative. PZ another one. That means triple reinvestments for DINQ. Over in Palace, it's Prims. Over with the opening pickup. 1 minute 35 on the clock. Embrace with another. This is decent from Justice to start things off. Only pistols and a couple of rifles. Constantine is the main threat. He's kind of snuck his way through mid. And could actually make a jump behind these Justice players. AK-47 salvaged. And even if they do get onto this bomb site, it's still going to be a hard hold up. As the follow-up headshot. Now towards the A bomb site. Bomb's been spotted. And the AWP towards short should be able to clash on to Constantine. And Sam's got the flank as well. Revs is never going to be watching out for this one. He should be able to secure the 1D. There it is. 10 to 10 for Justice. A nice round secured. Triple rifles salvaged. And DINQ. It's going to be an eco. They've had some close rounds. I'd say that this might be GG as well. Remember that DINQ, they have struggled a lot of times on their T side. They have had some successes, though, against Paradox. Now Justice. This is already their highest scoring game in the whole of the MDL. And trying to get down onto the B bomb site. And eco win here is, oh, absolutely crucial. PZ, he's got the AWP in hand, but with a pair of rifles salvaged, Constantine is hidden away. Danny G over in the corner as well. Roffel's going to hold this one. Bomb not planted for short. However, they do know where Constantine's playing from. Leg spotted. Justice with 11. And this is what happens when you persevere. DINQ, they arrive on time to all of their matchups. They show up, they give it all they've got. They've got their strats, albeit sometimes they fall apart on their T side. They've got decent setups. They've obviously thought about the game. They've won, no more than double digits on any of their previous games, and now they're taking Justice to the limit. So a lot of respect for DINQ, but they've got 6 more left. It's, of course, only the wins on the board that matter. Falcon jumping up. He's going for this aggressive intel. He knows that if he spots anybody, he can call for reinforcements from Sam. He can move through short, straight onto the B-bomb site and try and make a play inwards. Justice very affirmatively controlling mid. Very confident. Oh yeah, actually it isn't true. They did actually get to overtime against Paradox. So they have had one close game, but this seems to be one of their better performances. That game against Paradox was feeling like, Paradox was kind of bullying them all the way through that game, but DINQ were occasionally stealing rounds back. They managed to slip it to overtime, and that series, as soon as it hit OT, was like totally over. Paradox had their game face on, they had a short pause, and then they got straight back into it. In this matchup, though, DINQ are finding good shots. The individual plays are rife, but that was definitely an overpeak. They're going for this A take, and they probably needed, heavier coordination there. Smoke's down, PZ held at bay. That's a smoke for the top of stairs. They didn't really need that one. They, in fact, needed a smoke on the cross. And that's exactly why PZ easily chipping in with the AWP again and just holding them at bay. It's 3 fast frags for him, a quad kill in the 7th round of the half, and Justice up to 12. They've got 4 more to close this one. There should be no problem at all. Too easy for PZ. Exactly. Stingrays instantly picks in. Great headshot. DINQ are finding some success all across the map, but this is, remember, just pistols against Justice. They're very easily handling them a big defeat here in the 23rd. It's going to be 13-10 here. Justice now on the home straight. Good caster, though. Thanks very much, man. I appreciate that. Make sure if you want to get involved in our EFL GG community, there is the Discord. There it is in the chat. Make sure to get involved. Triple AK-47. There is the Orb combo. Where's that AK? Standing on it. Jump up, mate. DINQ obviously going for this classic A hit. Only Roffle holding. Constantine now applying pressure towards mid, but gets taken down. That's the Pentagon. Now, how are they going to plan? This smoke's horrible. They need the re-smoke, but Prims can just kind of walk back through this one. Bomb down, 4v4. An opportunity for DINQ. We've seen Justice with perfect retakes. Their coordination has been sublime so far. And Crims, yeah, he might be moving through mid, but this might not be enough of a pincer to stop this one, especially as the bomb is not planted for him. It's going to be difficult to hold this one up, especially with Falcon finding opening frags. Stingrays drops, more players hitting the deck. Rev's angle being spotted, and it's only Crims remaining. He's from behind, a 1v4, and he's not going to find this defuse, I don't think. There it goes, 3 headshots. It's not enough. Justice, 14-10. They're on the home straight. This one might be about to close. And a pause. This is a tactical pause. Bad after plan Torino positions. You know what? I agree. Holding so aggressively like that never really works. It's actually kind of hard to hold a site on Mirage, especially if you're coming up against a coordinated counterattack. And Justice certainly have that just up their sleeve. Like a rabbit out of the hat. They're able to pull it out at any time. Magicians of this CT side. Triple Org, single M4. There's the AWP. Easy on that. There's an AWP for the T side as well around these 4 AK-47s. Crim's great angle. He's able to eliminate PZ there with a fumbled flash. Falcon holds below, and he should be able to cut them up here. They move through this smoke, but standing out in the open, Rev's able to take control. Falcon unable to find 2. Constantine's towards mid as well, and Roffle, yeah, he's about to peek right into this one. AK-47 headshot. Might be another on the board for DINQ. Let's see if this retake comes through. Of course, they've got Revs from up top, and he's, yeah, spotting out player after player. He's been able to find multiple frags here. A 1v2 for Brace. Able to close this one out convincingly, perhaps. He moves back through towards Kitchen and actually spots out a further man down to 60. Knows where the second player's playing from. Catches the quad. But he needs to eat up a triplet of players. He's already found one, a 1v2 on the B bomb site. Smoke established and placed. He'll be able to spot the back of Revs. Oh, look, he hasn't actually spotted him. And there's the headshot. DINQ, another on the board. It's 14-11. Those 16-10 predictions quashed. And Justice. Oh, it's going to be a buy round here in number 26. For lots of orgs. Also holstering the Molotovs, the utility. Justice also have this up towards mid, a pretty standard pincer to go for. There's the counter flash, and Roffle actually takes a lot of damage on the aggression. Falcon chips in, body shots down, and Sam might be next in line, looking from above. We'll minute 15 and it's time on the clock. DINQ's already been taken down to 4. This could be 15-11 right here, if DINQ aren't careful. Brace is picked into top of apps as well. Might be able to shut down this push before it even comes through. The team might be going for... Oh, it's a double spray down. There's the smoke as well. Should have kept the rifle out. It's bomb in hand and Stingray's a 1v5. There's the first pickup, but he's got to make this cross against Sam, and it's not going to happen. 15-11, Justice. Just one away from the victory here on Mirage. This could be the closer here. This could be the finisher. Remember, Danny, he is towards mid. And then gets taken down. Justice crushing and quelling that mid push. Constantine's down to 5 HP, and there are 2 full HP players left. Constantine looks to want to make the window jump. This is actually a potential suicide option. Let's see if he hits it. Oh, and he gets blasted in the back. I didn't even see that one coming. Revs needs to counteract a 2v5. This one might be shut down. Revs also taking the damage on the A bomb site. Stingray's over towards mid, and Revs even opens up as well. So a couple of nice kills, pickups, but with Stingray's gone, it's just Revs remaining. This could be GG's all round. 16-11. DINQ's closer performance in this MDL. Only a overtime against Paradox went longer. Everything else was just 16-5s and 16-8 losses. To be perfectly honest, Brace able to finish it off. That's 16-11. Game, set, match over to Justice. And a nice performance there, all things round. Justice did seem quite confident since the very start of the game. They had everything pretty much established since the start. And a nice closing at the end. Beautiful stuff for them. They go another win in the MDL. So Justice starting to shape up so far in this tournament. They're actually, I think, 3-5 in the MDL. It's going to be 4-5 after that one. So a good performance, and that's exactly what you want in these games. You want to be crushing those smaller opponents and taking it close and hopefully securing some wins against the bigger ones. Thank you very much for watching today here on EFLGG. You've been watching CSGO Fight Night. My name's Squid, so thank you very much for tuning in here today. It's been a fun matchup. We'll be back very shortly with more ESEA matches. Of course, they're coming up all the time. This week, we've got a lot of games, and starting over tomorrow, and it's Atletico double header against Roster and Chiefs. It's going to be tricky matches live from 11 o'clock BST. Make sure to see us here on EFLGG. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night, everybody. Goodbye.